Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Donald Curry with 1224 Media, and we're here with episode 5 of Your Brand Deserves It. And today we're talking about the power of partnership. I believe this is one of the strategies that brands take advantage of the least. So we're going to talk about how we can implement it in your brand and bring some success. So let's go. Hey guys, this is Donald Curry again with 1224 Media, and we're here with another episode of Your Brand Deserves It, episode 5. And today we're talking about the power of partnership. So I have the awesome honor and pleasure of welcoming Miss Valerie Iseah of Autism Charlotte. How you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. So today we're talking about the power of partnership, and we're talking about how that can positively affect your brand. So let's just get into it. So Val, when it comes to partnerships, just describe to us what a great partnership in business looks like.
Okay. I think one of the most critical things to think about when you're thinking about partnerships is where the natural synergies lie. What can we accomplish, produce together that independently we can't? And then as we think about forming partnerships, I think there are kind of 3 things to think about that are important in maintaining or building a successful partnership, and that has to do with balance and equity in 3 areas.
Okay.
A balance and equity of power, investment, and then return.
Okay.
Those are the critical things that I think you have to think about in a partnership.
Those are some awesome tips. So when would you say that a brand is truly ready for a strategic partnership?
I think a brand is ready for strategic partnerships when the brand has established itself, it has carved out its own niche, and it can or is successful all on its own without any partnerships. I think the brand has to be able to stand alone and be strong and stand alone before engaging in partnerships.
Okay, awesome. So I know, obviously, in the scope of building a partnership, that trust is vital. So tell us how a brand who maybe has, built that success standing alone, how can they build that trust when it comes to having a partnership with another brand?
I think it's much like any other kind of relationships that we talk about. Communication is key.
Yeah.
And so as I talked about those things that are critical in partnerships, I think those are the things that we have to have communication and conversation about. What is the power dynamic going to look like? What does the investment dynamic look like? We have to have open communication about those things, and we have to have concrete, solid agreements about those things as well. A lot of times there are a lot of informal conversational agreements that we don't solidify in written documents that we can go back to and we understand exactly what, because we get excited about the opportunity when I talk about those synergies, that sometimes we miss the business part of that. Let's put down in writing what we talked about so that our agreements are rock solid and we know exactly where we stand in our partnership.
That makes a lot of sense. All right, guys, so I hope that you have been taking notes, writing down some of these things that Val shared with us. This is some incredible information on how you can build partnerships with other brands. So Val, last question. Give the audience maybe some advice on, or one general tip to help a brand who's just starting, or maybe a brand who's been in business a few years. What is a general piece of advice that you can give them for building a successful brand?
Okay, so there's a lot of pieces that I could give, but probably the most significant piece of advice that I can give a new brand or a brand that is just starting out is focus on going deep instead of wide. What we see a lot of times is a new brand, a new business trying to do a lot of different things, and a lot of that is motivated by trying to make a profit, trying to sustain your business. But at the same time, what they end up with is being good or having a finger or a toe in a little bit of everything versus having a large footprint in something that they do very, very well. And often when they spread themselves thin, they also create this kind of brand confusion or lack of a brand identity. So I would say find that thing that is your thing and go deep in that and get really, really well in whatever that thing happens to be, and just get really deep in it versus spreading yourself very wide, where you're touching a lot of different parts of what may be in the same arena or the same industry. But I'd rather see a brand be great at one or two things than being good at a whole multitude of things.
That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. So, as Val said, go deep, not wide. Make sure you've mastered your niche or what it is that you do well, and just go about building your business until you get discovered by those other brands so you can build those partnerships. So listen, I need you guys to do me one favor. Go now to Instagram, Facebook, and online and follow Autism Charlotte. So AUTISM Charlotte. They're personally clients of ours, so we have some a little bit of favor that we want to shed on those guys, but they are doing some amazing work in the Charlotte region, helping those that are on the autism spectrum. So we want to make sure that you guys check them out. Go to their website at autismcharlotte.org. You can donate, give of your time, and also check out some of the amazing programs that they partake in every single year. So guys, we'll make sure that you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, follow us on YouTube, make sure that you're getting updates on our next episode and on more branding tips to help your brand grow. So we'll talk to you guys next time.